Here we have a 2020 Subaru Outback Touring. Has a 2.5 liter flat 4 engine, automatic transmission with all-wheel drive, and this Subaru only has 29,000 kilometers on the odometer. For the interior, we have your power mirrors, windows, and locks, all found below the driver's door handle. We have some storage along the bottom by your speaker as well. We have a nice black on black combination for the interior with cloth bucket seats up front, and the driver's seat is fully power operated by the switches on the side there. The steering wheel and the stereo. And you can see we do have a combination of analog and digital displays for the gauge cluster, with the very bottom showing 29,817 kilometers on the odometer. You are able to change what is displayed on this top portion of the screen up there, as you can see. And then down here we have your power liftgate controls as well as your gauge cluster illumination. On the back of the steering wheel, we do have your paddle shifters for up and down shift mounted to the back of the wheel so you can keep track of them that way. Then we have your Bluetooth and audio controls on this side, adaptive cruise on the other. This button here is for your lane centering, so your lane keep assist if you would. Then down here are the buttons as using to control the screen in the gauge cluster. When the vehicle is in reverse, the top portion of the screen here goes to show your backup camera, and you do have some guidance lines there. We also have your RAB, which I think is reverse active braking, and then your parking sensor on button there as well. For the stereo, you get AM, FM, and XM radio. You have USB and auxiliary ports, Bluetooth connectivity, and Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. In the settings here, we can go take a look at some of the options this vehicle has. So if we go all the way to the end to car, we do have Subaru's EyeSight package on this. So under EyeSight, we have your pre-collision warning, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control settings as well. And then the monitor here just showing the different indicators as well. If we go back in here for apps, you can see our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are displayed there as well. Below, we do have your climate control, so we do have analog buttons for the up and down temperature, as well as your heated side mirrors. When you press either side, it brings up in the full screen the temperature of that zone, as well as your heated seat controls. It is 3-stage for both. You can do that for both sides. And then in the center, if you press that, we do bring up the full controls for how much air you want and where you want it. Below that, we do have your electronic parking brake, as well as 2 USB ports and an auxiliary port down there. Automatic gear select, nice straight line, slap shift off to the side if you prefer to use the paddle shifters. So not slap shift, sorry. Puts in manual mode so you can use the paddle shifters. My apologies. We also have 2 cup holders in the middle. Nice big armrest as well. It is 2-tiered depending on which side of the button you pull. And in here we have a 12-volt cigarette lighter cell outlet and some storage. Up top we have an auto dimming rear view mirror with a 3-car garage door opener on the bottom, sunglass holder up top, SOS buttons off to the side, dome light controls, and we have the sunroof control for the nice big sunroof above the front passengers. The Outback is equipped with 17-inch factory alloy wheels wrapped in Nokian tires. We do have a nice dark gray color for the exterior with some black accenting throughout. Up front, you will find we do have LED headlights as well as fog lights. And then we do have an engine block heater cord tucked away at the bottom of your front grille. Up top, we do have roof rails that do fold out to become a roof rack. So these are pretty cool. On either side, you can pull this section here, unlocks them, and then essentially you swing it so it's in line with the other side. And there will be a hole it'll line up with there, or you can put this back in, lock it into place, and you have some nice roof racks there. We do have an intelligent access sensor on the door handle. You see the 2 little lines there. Tinted rear windows in the back. Outback emblem at the bottom of the rear passenger door. 4-wheel disc brakes. LED taillights in the rear. Then we have your badging for Subaru, Symmetrical All Wheel Drive, and then Outback on the passenger side. Along the back bumper, you will find those black plastic circles. Those are your rear parking sensors as well. So we'll take the key fob here, hold the 3rd button from the top, that is your trunk release button. And the power lift gate opens up all the way, nice and easy. So in the back here, you do get a nice big storage area, plenty of cargo space in the back. You do have this cargo cover here. It'll line up with the track here, so you can move it up and down depending on what you have in the back. Creates a nice separation between the cargo and seating area. The rear seats do come down in a 60-40 split, so you can see the uneven divide there. And then you do have child seat anchors going along the bottom there as well. Underneath the false floor here, we do have a lot of sound deadening foam with tools within it. And then if we go 1 layer deeper, you can see we do have your spare tire mounted underneath all of that. apologies. Hopefully you don't need those, but it's nice to know they're there if you do. Then when you're done, you can press the button on the liftgate or the key or from the interior. It'll drop back down, and then you are all good to go. For the rear interior, we have your power window switch in the middle, door handles above, some storage and a speaker down below. You get a ton of legroom and headroom in the back of the Outback. Nice cloth material for the rear seats to match the front. We do have an armrest that folds down here, giving you 2 cup holders and a nice sturdy place to put your arm. And then for the child seat anchors, they are found behind the little cover here. And you can see those are all the way across. To fold down the rear seats, button on either corner, folds down nice and flat. And then you can fold down one side, both sides, your choice, depending on how many seats you still need in the back. So when you're done, latches back into place as such. And the lower handle down here is if you're wanting to recline it at all. You pull it, lean back, and it'll stay in place. We also have storage pockets on the back of both the front seats and 2 USB ports for the rear passengers in the middle. And that was the 2020 Subaru Outback Touring. If you're interested in the spacious all-wheel drive Subaru with tons of safety features and low kilometers, you can go to parkmazda.ca to fill out the form to book your test drive. In doing so, we can get you a $25 Visa gift card for coming down. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon.